Hi there, Renee Asta of Lowell, Massachusetts. And artificial intelligence is being used like the rhythm method. And I say this as somebody who's practiced natural family planning for over 25 years now. And I remember the year 2000 when I got married, I was learning about fertility awareness method. I had the book Taking Charge of Your Fertility. I was learning the Billings method. I had one time a teacher who was very like details about how you have to describe what's going on in your body to make a decision and a discernment. My husband, I also did the Marquette method with the Clear Blue Easy Monitor. So when I see people using ChatGPT, and it's basically a very sophisticated program using predictive text. Sounds good, but in reality, it's just taking all this data from the past. You're not really looking at what's happening now, and you're relying on past data when really you should be always looking at what's going on at this moment and discerning and analyzing and summarizing with your own understanding of things because you care. It's not just a past predictive indicator. And I say this as somebody who has four kids, and my first three were very much well planned. And because it took several cycles to actually get pregnant for me. And I also had two miscarriages in the process of having my first three kids. So when my third kid was here, I was a stay-at-home mom and I was exclusively breastfeeding for the first year of life. And I was not charting. I was not charting whatsoever. So I said, well, when I start menstruating again, my first period, I'm going to start charting again and figure out whether, we want to start for baby number four. Well, that first period never came. I found out because I wasn't charting, um, that I wasn't observing. I was making the assumption on past indicators that it took me several cycles to get pregnant. I could not easily get pregnant. We had to really try and hit that peak moment of fertility to get pregnant. And baby number four was 17 years ago, over 17 years ago. He's on LinkedIn. He's on LinkedIn. This is baby number four here. But you see, people now using ChatGPT for your natural family planning. Guys, as women specifically, the sensitive subject, would you rely on a language learning model, an OpenAI, ChatGPT, all those past predictors to 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 determine whether you were fertile or not? Or would you actually learn and understand your body to know you're fertile or not? And what's happening now with artificial intelligence is we no longer have a pipeline. We don't have a pipeline of understanding. We're getting rid of all these junior entry level positions because AI can take over. And you don't have a pipeline of understanding. So what's going to happen when there are no senior people who can actually teach the subject matter because we've been relying on artificial intelligence so long, there's nobody to teach and understand and to discern. And I am a prospect researcher. I've done everything from scratch. Had no screening tools. All my raw information, all my raw knowledge, all my understanding of how to do research um, is I've never actually used AI yet. I know I have to adopt this system, but I'm going to take a mentality, not of the rhythm method, but of the fertility awareness method and understanding currently what I'm seeing right now and that there are limitations to artificial intelligence. People would always make fun of the rhythm method, but it was based on some scientific knowledge, some understanding, some predictive model understanding that, gee, you menstruate, you have a period, then approximately 2 weeks later, a good number of women, enough women approximately ovulate in that time, and then 2 weeks later during the third phase of your cycle, you begin to menstruate, at the end of the third phase, excuse me. And, we're now having people relying, would you rely your birth control on AI? I don't think most women would. You want something that you can understand and determine for yourself what's good, best for your body. And to rely on other predictive texts of other women wouldn't make sense. It just wouldn't make sense, right? Because your body at that point, at that time, really matters for you to make the best decision possible. Anyways, love you all.